All right. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, and we are starting today's WAYMO Teens, guys. WAYMO Teens. WAYMO Teens Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Every Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern, we bring you great content, great speakers to talk to kids about money, mindset, business, goal setting, and much more. This is something that our teens need more than ever right now. We need to get to people that aren't learning certain things in school. We need to get to people that are not around money, that aren't around money mindset. They're not around business mindset. They're not around ways to grow and get a head start in life. And so we want to start training people, the younger generation, on money mindset, not to be greedy, but to learn about money and learn about how to get money, keep money, multiply money, and then be able to help other people do the same thing. So welcome to WAYMO Teens. I appreciate you guys being here today. I appreciate everybody watching and then watching after the fact, the recording. We really appreciate you guys. WAYMO stands for What Are You Made Of? If you haven't heard of it before, What Are You Made Of is all about turning setbacks, letdowns, and negativity into rocket fuel for your future. We all need this right now. All of us all over the globe need this, and especially the young people, because the young people are sitting back watching the stuff that's happening in the world right now and not sure what to make of it. And so we want to bring positive vibes and positive energy into the younger generations. And so that's what we're here to do. We're going to have interaction between the people that are here live on the Zoom call. And by the way, if you're watching on the Zoom call, thank you for being here. But if you guys would like to join us live when we do these on the Zoom call, all you have to do is go to waymocrew.com/teen, T-E-E-N, no S, waymocrew.com/teen, and you can register and get all the latest news and updates from the WAYMO Teen movement. And the other thing is on Instagram at WAYMO Teens, on Instagram. Go follow that Instagram account. We're going to be putting content out for it. All the kids, teenagers, I say kids, teenagers, to help you guys grow your mindset, start making money early on, start thinking about how you can help your family and impact other people. And this is what this is all about. So I want to introduce you guys, since we're live on Instagram, live on Facebook and YouTube. I want to introduce you to, first of all, my partner in the WAYMO Teens is Marco Stavro, and I'm going to let him speak for a second. And then also my son, we call him NC or Rocco or Nick C-Roc. And then also my right-hand lady, Kim Lee's on the call as well. She's been crucial part of this movement, the WAYMO movement. So I'm going to let Marco go ahead and take it over here, just say a few things, and then I'll get into my three things I was going to cover today.
Absolutely. So I recently met Mike and kind of found out what he was doing in his movement and his businesses. And when he told me about the WAYMO Teens and Nick wanted to really start in this time where teenagers were depressed and lost in this lockdown, and they needed somewhere to be, they needed a community. They needed a space where they could express themselves and interact and grow and develop. And seeing where I come from and what really changed and transformed my life, mentors and communities and masterminds was such a crucial thing. And when I saw Mike and what he's done and where he's at, I said, let me be a testimonial and a testament to what we can create, to what we can program, and let Mike's experience and my passion to serve teenagers and the next generation come together and build this community, build this movement. So when Mike mentioned it to me, I'm like, let's do it. Let's create this. Even if we've got 8 people watching, those 8 people can be transformed. Those 8 people can start making an impact on other people's lives. So Nick, Mike, and myself, joined together to really start this movement, to create this. And I'm glad that Mike and I have created this. And I'm looking forward to speaking today.
And thank you. And can we talk about those glasses? Can you explain to everyone that you're not trying to be cool? It's because of the blue lights on the screen, right? Even though they look cool. Don't get me wrong. There's a purpose behind them.
Absolutely, there's a purpose. These are red light glasses made for the screens, sleep. My dad's a big biohacker, so I got to wear these bad boys to make sure optimize my sleep and recovery.
All right, guys. And since we are on here, what I want to do, since we're live on my Facebook page, we have 5,000, at least 5,000, 6,000 people there on one page, another 6,000 on another, and 100 some thousand on Instagram. I want to let you guys say a few words and introduce yourselves if you don't mind. Marco, by the way, he's from South Africa. He's 16 years old now, right? 16. And Kim Lee is on here as well. I'm gonna let her say a few words, and then we'll go to Nick. Kim, you want to say a few words?
Hey, sure, absolutely. Hey guys, I am Kim Lee. I work with Mike in mortgage business and also on his WAYMO side of things as well too. So we're just here to constantly bring you value, help keep you motivated, anything that we can do to keep you in a positive light. So any questions that you ever have, anything that you want to hear, topics that you want to discuss, we'd love to hear your feedback. So check us out, register if you haven't, waymoteens.com. or waymocrew.com/teen. Get registered, just stay up to date. We'll keep you updated with everything. So tune in all the time.
Thank you, Kim. And everyone, Kim likes to really help out big time, any possible area that she can. And she stays behind the scenes most of the time. So I wanted to introduce her and bring her out to everyone so that everybody can see the magic behind the curtain. And Nick, are you ready, buddy?
Yeah.
All right. Pop the camera on, bud. Okay. So this is my son, Nick. He's 13, almost 14, and he had the idea to start WAYMO Teens. There's his hat. It's a cool hat right there. And by the way, if you guys want any WAYMO gear, WAYMO Teens gear, all that, we're going to put the link in the comments so that you guys can check that out. And I think it's GenRoc's Designs. GenRoc with no K. GenRocsDesigns.com. Go check that out as well. Nick, what's up with that little thing? The thing still on your screen. Can you guys see that? Or is it gone? No, you're good. Go ahead, buddy. Tell them about it.
So the quarantine had just started, and I had seen my dad doing podcasts and all this stuff, and he was going into mentor calls, just doing all this, all the other stuff, and I was just seeing like the positive impact that the people that he was listening to had on him. And then I was thinking, I was like, well, I mean, I don't really know too many things where people my age can get together, and especially right now when people aren't normally, because this is at the beginning of the quarantine, when people aren't really allowed to go outside much, and there's nowhere else anybody can go. So I was thinking, if they're going to be stuck inside, why not fill their heads with positivity? Why not, like, at least help them get something good out of what they're doing here? And then, so I talked to my dad. I'm like, why don't we make like a teenage version of what you have? And he's like, yeah, okay, I'll get that together. So we all met up, and here we are. We're getting guests and talking and stuff, and it's great. People that we have right now, just talking to, networking. It's just amazing.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of great speakers from New York City Police Officer Cesar Munoz, who's actually, I saw him watching. Shout out to Cesar. And also we had Cody Kearns. We had, who else do we have, guys? Help me out here. We had Dana Cavalea, who was the strength and conditioning coach for the Yankees. Go ahead.
Alex Lombard was on with us.
Seven-figure marketer.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff the entrepreneur.
Well,
Jeff the entrepreneur. Shout out to Jeff the entrepreneur. So we had a lot of great guests on here. We're going to continue to bring more speakers your way as well. So please tune in 1 p.m. Saturdays. If not, watch the recording. But more importantly, register at waymocrew.com/teen. And you can get all the updated news and who's going to be the next speakers that are coming out, as well as all the WAYMO Teens news. So, all right. So with that being said, we also have Jonte on the call as well. And would you like to say something, Jonte? It's okay if you don't.
What would I say?
Who you are and what you love?
I'm Jonte. I'm 16. I just want to be able to help like other people find like a safe place to talk to during this time, which WAYMO Teens is pretty good at doing that right now. And that's pretty much it.
Go for it, Booyah. Introduce yourself.
Tell
That's what you love.
Hey, by the way, tell us where you're from too.
Okay. Yo, what's up? I'm Vuyo. I'm from South Africa. I'm one of Marco's school friends, and I actually saw a post once with the WAYMO Teens. Just it came up on my feed, and I saw Marco on it. And then one of my friends from school, Shiraz, told me about it, and I was like, okay, I'll see what's happening. Maybe it could be cool. And I think what I found is 10 times more than what I was bargaining for, because it's a safe place to speak to. You get to learn. It's not only just a place where you can learn about business things and how business moguls work. You can ask genuine questions and get good replies. It feels safe here, and it's a great place to stay and talk to. And yeah.
Thank you for that feedback, Vuyo. I appreciate you being here, brother. Thank you very much. Anybody else here? Emmanuel, the prophet. You want to say something?
Good day. I'm a 12-year-old speaker, host of the Post Struggle podcast. And coming here, I had the knowledge before, but this just gives more opportunity for teenagers to like broaden their mind, have more ways to start impacting themselves at a young age. So this is just an amazing platform where we could all learn and impact each other.
And where are you from?
I'm from Africa, but I'm currently not in Africa. I'm in the United States.
Oh, you're in the United States right now? I didn't know that. What state?
I'm close to Chicago.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know that. When did you come to the United States?
Like, well, I see 5-6 months ago. I can't say it was around last year summer.
Okay. All right. Awesome. You know what's cool about this, guys, is that I've been writing down, and Kim knows this, I've been writing down that I want to get globally known and be around people from all over the globe. I've been writing it down on my goals. I tell you guys all the time to write your goals down 2 times, morning and night, and 3 times if you have a setback or if you're not feeling right or you feel confused or lost. And I write down in my goals, C-Roc is a household name globally for inspiration, motivation, business, finance. I write it down every single day. And I'm not telling you that to brag about what I write down. It's because I want you guys to see what happens when you write things down consistently and then you start taking action on it. I have friends now in South Africa, Nigeria, Ireland, England, London, England. Where else? Australia, India, Pakistan, South America, Central America, Canada. Just because I wrote what I wanted down on a piece of paper over and over again, and I went out and took action on it. And so, you know, I want to show you guys these things because I know that you guys can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish, no matter what anybody tells you. There is no stopping you. There is no stopping you, except if you let it. And so it's very important for you guys to understand this. You have to beat it into your head constantly because there's so many things trying to stop us from accomplishing what we want to accomplish. But those that are great, those that accomplish big things, they don't listen to the naysayers. They don't listen to the voice in their head that tells them that they can't do it. They don't let it happen. They're so stubborn against that. Okay. So guys, I want to talk to you about 3 things today, and then we'll get some Q&A real quick because it's important for me to guys have interaction from you guys. And by the way, if you're watching on Facebook, do me a favor. I'm going to pull up the restream comments. And if you're watching on Facebook, adults, get your kids involved. And if you have questions, we're going to try to answer your questions as well. So go ahead and pop those in the comments. And I have a little app here that allows me to see all the comments, I believe, at one time. So let's talk about the 3 things. 1, I'm going to talk about building confidence. Number 2, I'm going to talk about how to get what you want. By a show of hands, how many people want to get what they want? Right? And we're going to talk about how to turn bad into good. All right. So that's what we're going to work on today. And, you know, before I do here, let me get this real quick. I'm going to get this comments up and running on this so that I can see. It's one of those weird security things that says select all images with cars in it. And then the images are blurry. All right. I think I got it. All right. So now I can see your comments, guys, on Facebook and YouTube. Pop them in there. I'm going to answer them on there as well. And let's go with first building confidence. Guys, building confidence is something that takes practice. It's like muscles, right? I didn't get this size of an arm. I'm not saying my arms are big or anything, but I didn't get this size of an arm just by waking up and living my day, going about my life every day. I got this size arm because I constantly lift weights every single day. I lift weights. NC does too. We go to like a garage gym and we lift weights and we do push-ups, right? We do burpees. We do squats and all kinds of different things because I want my arms to get strong, right? Well, the same thing with your confidence. You want your confidence to get strong. So what do we got to do? Got to work it, right? We got to work it, and we got to work it a lot. Now, if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. If you're not taking notes, you should be taking notes. Pen and paper, ready, let us go. First thing I want you to write down is you got these 4 things, okay? We need consistency, and we're going to look up the definition of consistency, frequency, massive action, and passion. Those are my 4 keys to getting things done. Now, consistency. What does consistency mean? I'm going to look up the definition of consistency for you here so that you guys can see what it means, because here's the important thing for you guys. If you don't know a word, don't just say, I don't know a word. Look it up. Look it up. There's too many kids that they'll run from it. They won't take the time to look on their phone what a word means. And then they won't know what that word means going forward. And somebody will talk about that word in the future and they won't know what the heck they're talking about. So we want to know what words mean. Your language, if you speak any, whether it's English, Spanish, any language that you speak, you need to learn the words of your language that you speak. Okay. And for the longest time, I didn't do this. My dad always used to tell me, read books. And I'd say, I don't want to read books because I don't understand a lot of the big words. And he'd say, well, then get a dictionary. The old dictionaries that we used to have was a book that had words in it. Get the dictionary, figure out what the word means. Now we can look on our phone. Consistency definition on my phone, Google, it says consistency, conformity in the application of something. Now, what happens if you're reading the definition of a word and you don't understand the words in the definition? Take the word and look that up. But here's the thing. Conformity in the application of something, typically that which is necessary for the sake of logic, accuracy, or fairness, or the way in which a substance, typically a liquid, holds together, thickness or viscosity. Okay, so let's talk about consistency. Consistency is something that you do all the time. Okay, consistency is something that you do all the time. And what consistency is tied to is not giving up. Because if you quit, are you consistent? Right? You're not. So you want to have consistency. Now, what does frequency mean? So let's look up frequency, because a lot of people get those 2 words confused, but you need both of them. You can be consistent without frequent. So frequency definition is the rate at which something occurs or is repeated over a particular period of time or a given sample, the weight or the rate at which a vibration occurs. So the difference between consistency and frequency, consistency is doing something all the time. Frequency is how fast do you do it, or how often do you do it during that consistent period of time. So frequency is how fast or how short a time do you do it, or how long of a time do you do it. Okay. But we want consistency, frequency, high frequency. Okay. Often. We want massive action, a lot of it. And we want to do it with excitement and energy and passion. Do you see me when I'm talking to you guys? I'm not just sitting here talking like this, talking about massive action. We got to get it done. No, man, I'm moving around, right? Passion. I'm passionate about it. I want you guys to feel it. When I'm talking to you, I don't want you to just hear me. I want you to feel this. Because, guys, remember this and write this down. People will not remember what you say to them, but they will remember how you make them feel. And you may have heard that before. People will not remember what you say to them. They will remember how you made them feel. All right. And so one thing we talk about, this commitment, and in order to have commitment, you need to have consistency, frequency, massive action, and passion. That's why I'm here right now talking to you guys at 1:38 p.m. Eastern, or in South Africa, I know it's 7:38 at night. But the reason I'm here for you when it's nice out and I could be sitting by the pool is because I'm committed, and this is part of my consistency and my frequency and massive action with the passion. Okay, so that's how you build confidence. You basically commit to something, and then you keep doing it over and over and over again. What happens is you become confident. Confidence will basically lead to success in something. So if you want to be a speaker and you don't do it all the time, hold on one second. So if you hold on, let me pull my Facebook back up for a second because I want to make sure everything's coming through in here. Okay. If you want to be a speaker and you don't know like what to say, you don't feel comfortable, you stutter, you say a lot like I do, then the only answer to it is to do more of it. Do it all the time and don't worry about what people think. Okay? Very important. And by the way, if you're watching live, put the comments in here, man. Let's hear the comments. Give me a 1 if you agree with me, a 2 if you disagree with me in the comments on here live on Zoom and on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, give us some comments here. Let me know what you think. 1 if you agree with me, 2 if you don't. And I know there shouldn't be a lot of 2s because I know I'm right. So guys, listen, this is important. So confidence in your brain, if you do things over and over again, you gain confidence. And what happens, what we want to do is we want to build confidence. So here's one layer. When you get confident at something, let's say you tell yourself you're going to wake up early tomorrow and you do it. That's a win for you. And that builds a little bit of confidence because you can trust yourself now. I said, I'm just going to get up at 6 o'clock. I got up at 6 o'clock. Now, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to write my goals down. I tell myself I'm going to write my goals down. I do it. That's another win. Now I'm confident even more because I know that I can trust myself to do what I told myself I'm going to do. Then when you do another thing, I'm going to take the trash out for my parents. I'm going to make my bed. I'm going to brush my teeth and on and on and on. You start building levels of confidence and wins. And when that happens, not only you can trust yourself at that moment, but now you can trust or other people can trust you. You're reliable to other people. And what happens then is now you get a little bit of a swagger about you. You can walk a little bit confidently because you know you're reliable. You can trust yourself and you can be trusted by other people. The problem that people have with lack of confidence is that they can't trust themselves and they know that. So they are a little bit nervous to go out and about to people and tell them something that they do something for someone because they don't trust themselves. So they know the other people shouldn't trust them. Does that make sense? So you need to be able to trust yourself and have confidence in yourself first before you can go help other people or do anything out in public. And that's very important. So start with yourself. Okay. And so that's confidence. So we could go all day for that, but let's move on to how to get what you want. Now I'm going to tell you something here, and I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but I have a reason I'm going to tell you this. When I want something, ever since I was a little kid, guys, when I want something or wanted something, I got it. Now, not that my parents gave it to me like I was spoiled, like a spoiled brat, but when I wanted something, I figured out a way to get it. Because when I want something, I like commit all my heart, my mind, my soul into getting what I want. And nobody's going to tell me otherwise. Now, unless it's something bad, of course, that's not what I'm talking about. But if I wanted a bike when I was younger, if I wanted to go somewhere when I was younger, if I wanted to eat some kind of food when I was younger, I figured out a way to do it because I was so committed. And so one thing I'm going to tell you guys is when you want something, here's how you get it. First of all, make the decision what you want. Second of all, close your eyes in a quiet place and really visualize yourself having what you want. Now this sounds, yeah, Marco.
It's good.
Okay. So what you guys need to do is close your eyes and visualize. And don't imagine somebody else having it. Don't imagine your friend or your brother, your sister, your mother, don't imagine them having it. Imagine you, let's just say for the sake of argument, I wanted a car, a certain kind of car. I wanted a black, shiny car with nice wheels, fast. And I could see myself, man, the roof off of it, whatever you wanted, right? The ceiling's missing, right? I'm in the car, close my eyes. I'm sitting in the car, riding along down some kind of road near a beach with ocean. And I'm visualizing this. And I'm thinking, man, shiny car, nice shiny wheels, black car, no ceiling on it, sun shining in, winds blowing through my hair, which I don't really have much hair. And I visualize it. And then what happens, guys, you start to feel it. Your whole body starts to feel being in that car, man. Nice leather seats, the smell of a nice, fresh new car. the girl that you want sitting in the passenger seat or the boy or your friends, right? And you start to visualize these things. And what happens is then you can write it down every single day in your goal book. I want this kind of car. It's going to look like this. And this is how I'm going to get it. And write it down. And if you don't know how you're going to get it, still write it down that you're going to get it. Okay. Then what happens if you consistently do it twice a day when you're writing this down and visualize this stuff? Your whole body, your mind, actions, thoughts, everything starts going towards what you want. And all of a sudden, you won't see a lot of results right away. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it's quick. But if you continue to go after it and do not quit, you will get it. There's nothing stopping you. Now, somebody said to me the other day, you say you can get anything you want. Like, you can't fly. Of course I can't fly myself, right? I don't want to fly myself, but I can get in a jet. I can fly in a jet, right? If I want to go to space, of course I can't jump to space or fly to space. Of course I can't, but I can get in a rocket ship. And if I really want it bad enough and want to be an astronaut, I can be an astronaut because I'll figure out a way, because I'll write it down and visualize it and I'll make it happen. And there won't be anything that gets in my way. That's the attitude that you have to have. Now, by the way, guys, this is all for positive things, good things, right? We're thinking on the right track. So how to get what you want, make sure you visualize it. After you decide, you visualize it, and then you write it down in your goals and create targets for yourself to go after to lead you to your goal. It works. Do not let anybody tell you otherwise, and don't skip this. You're robbing yourself of the opportunity to have what you want. And I want you guys to have what you want. I want every single person to have what they want. And by the way, when we're talking about what's going on in the United States right now with all the protests and everything, we need to create an opportunity that no matter what neighborhood you came from, what country you came from, what color your skin is, how big your nose is, how big your ears are, whether you have hair or not, you can get what you want. You need to know that and not let anybody stop you. And if they try to stop you, figure out a way around it. Don't give up. That's what I want the message to be to everyone. I love all of you guys, man. And I don't want anybody to think that they're held back from anything, because you're not. There might be people trying to. I'm not telling you that. There might be systems put in place. There might be things put in place to keep you from accomplishing something, but there is nothing that will keep you from getting what you want in the long run, as long as you don't quit. So get that message. Make sure you write that down. Nothing will stop me. Here's the thing I write at the top of my goals, by the way, guys. Every single day, one of my things I write down is I can, I will, I am. And I believe it wholeheartedly. I can, I will, I am. And there's magic happening when I write my goals down, guys. I know it in my head as I'm writing them down. I don't look at writing my goals down as a chore. I look at it as magic getting ready to happen. Like when I'm writing my pen to paper in my pad, my notebook, man, I'm thinking to myself, this isn't a chore. I'm not thinking to myself, oh, I got to write my goals down, man. C-Roc told me I got to write my goals down twice a day, man. I don't look at it like that. I look at it as magic's getting ready to happen. I'm a magician. I'm getting ready to perform some magic. Let me write my goals down and put what I want on paper so I can get it, right? That's what we talk about. So that's how you get what you want. We can go all day on that too, which we could talk more if anybody has any questions. Last thing I want to cover today before we get into Q&A is how to turn a bad situation into a good situation, how to turn setbacks into rocket fuel for your future. The thing about this is the most important thing is to become aware. You need to become aware when you're in a setback or something appears negative. You need to be aware of it. You don't need to push it away. You need to acknowledge that it's there. Don't be a blind eye to it. Don't ignore it. A lot of people say, no negativity. I don't want any negativity around me. And they just shut it off or they pretend it's not there. You know what I do? I look for it, because we turn negativity and setbacks into fuel to get what we want. And once you become aware of this and you understand that no matter what happens, guys, if it's not leading you to what you want, all it is fuel to get you there. And what I mean by that is, one thing is everything you go through, you can learn something from. So when you go through a situation, good or bad, you should always be looking about, what can I get out of this? What can I learn? What is here to help me get to my goal? There's always something. Now, in my life, I'm 43 years old. If I wrote everything bad that ever happened to me on a piece of paper, on one side of the paper, and on the other side of the paper, I wrote down what good came out of it. Every single bad thing, there's something good that came out of it. At least one thing. So now we have to shift our minds that if something bad happens, there's negativity, I have a setback, somebody's mean to me. We have to shift our minds into understanding, God, there's some fuel here. There's something here for me. This is leading me to where I want to go. And once you do that, your life is never the same. That's what WAYMO is about, guys. That's what Are You Made Of is about. Okay, so the other thing, so acknowledge and be aware of it. Now, the other thing I do sometimes, a lot of times, is when something bad happens to me, I think in my mind right away, this ain't stopping me. I don't care what they think, what this situation is. This ain't stopping me. I'm built for this. I got this. And now you guys hearing this can say, C-Roc does this. C-Roc told me this is fuel for my future. If you don't believe it yourself, use the fact that I'm telling you it and it works. And you can say, C-Roc told me this. I remember him saying this. I remember that Saturday morning. He told me that any setbacks or letdowns or negativity is rocket fuel for my future. I'm ready to go. Let's go. We're going to accomplish some big things now. This is more. We need more of this. I need more setbacks. I need more letdowns. The reason that people aren't so if you're not getting a lot of setbacks and letdowns and everything's going perfectly for you, you're not trying hard enough. Your goals aren't big enough. So that's another thing, guys. Think about this. If you want to have setbacks, you want to have some letdowns, because that means you're trying for something big. But if things are too easy for you and you think life's going great, you need to challenge yourself. Raise your goals. Go after something big. You know, I've been talking to a lot of great people lately, and I've been able to listen to a lot of people that were like came from nothing and became athletes. They've become singers and you know, very popular, successful singers, business people that you wouldn't believe that came from nothing, that didn't have good grades in school, and they made something of themselves. And guys, it was all because they never gave up and they always looked for setbacks to turn something into something positive. Okay, so that's what I wanted to cover with you guys today. I'm going to open this up for questions. And by the way, if you're watching live on Facebook, YouTube, please, guys, go to waymocrew.com/teen, no S, just teen, /teen, and register your children from 10 to 20 and get them into the WAYMO Teen movement. We're here to help them raise their IQ on money, mindset, and goals, and get them on the right track for an awesome future. There's not a lot of this going on, and we're going to make sure this happens. And I'm going to even work, and I'm going to get with, I know Grant Cardone's trying to work on getting into some of the inner cities and working with teens that have less available to them to get their minds right and train them on money. And I'm going to try to work with Grant on this as well, because I believe in this mission. And so WAYMO Teens is, yeah, go ahead, fire away.
I just wanted to share a quote with what you are saying in terms of what you are saying. So a setback is nothing but a setup for a comeback. Just wanted to put that out there.
I love it. Perfect. I've heard that before. That was great. That's it, man. That's what it's all about. And too many people don't realize it. They get all negative and they get beat up and they quit, or they get upset and they let it get them down. Now I say we have a 5-minute rule, right? Something bad happens, 5 minutes. Be upset for 5 minutes and then realize C-Roc told me this is fuel for my future. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Absolutely. All right. So let's open this up for questions. Anybody in the comments of Facebook and YouTube, please put your questions in the comments. And then also live here, Zoom wise, you guys have any questions or comments?
Yeah, and I want to just mention something quick. I want them to clearly hear our heart and intention behind this, because Mike, myself, and Nick are serving the next generation, serving you guys, doing this for free, making sure we can make an impact, shift what's going on. So our intention behind this, we don't want to make millions of dollars from this. We really just want to serve teenagers. We want to serve the next generation. We want to serve the next bunch of thought leaders and innovators. So invite your kids, invite your friends. This is a place that we want anyone, any religion, any place, any culture to come and embrace. Everyone's on a journey. Everyone's on their journey. We want to help you. We want to encourage you, and we want to set you up for success. So yeah, go for any questions, Mike.
All right, let's go. You can just unmute yourself if you have questions. Anybody? Any comments?
I have a question. So I've been working on a couple of things in this lockdown. I didn't do a lot in the beginning of the lockdown. I'll be honest. There was quite a bit of negativity going, but I finally got myself back on track. And so I learned how to use Adobe Photoshop, Canva, because I'm interested in editing and stuff. And so I'm helping out my one friend who's building up his Instagram. He is a chiropractor, and he's really wanting to push out content in terms of immunity, because that's not being talked out enough, instead of just sanitize your hands and wash your hands. And then obviously, because in this time he wants to push that out, and then his chiropractorship, and he's got a whole team on what to do and that type of thing. And he's opened up an Instagram account in which he's got 600 followers who posting content, in which I'm helping him with now, and just ways of growing that. Just that helped.
Yeah. So you used the quarantine at first as a setback, and then realized, hey, I need to get onto something and make myself as valuable as possible. Anything that you learn makes you more valuable, right? Because value comes from someone being able to use what you can offer or solve a problem with what you can offer. And so you made yourself more valuable. You always want to do that. That's now, do you have more confidence in regards to that?
Yeah, because I know what I'm doing now, because I've always wanted to learn this. It's not just time constraints, but there's always been excuses. And now there's just been no excuse.
Yep.
So yeah.
Love it. Now just keep doing it. Raise your bar, man. Raise your standards. I want to learn more. Always learn. Don't stop learning. Don't get complacent. Don't be happy where you are as far as your knowledge. Always strive to get more. So
and he invested in himself, Mike. When we had our first consultation, I said to him, this decision right now is going to influence and impact your future and where you're going to be at and what you're going to do. So investing in yourself, just being like, prioritizing this call right now. This is going to help you and answer the questions, and we're going to encourage you, and we're going to be here for you when you're on that journey, just like Mike is for me, and just like I am for you and many other people. So you've invested your time and energy and your money into this and into me. So we're here to encourage you. Keep going, be consistent. And I've got a question on consistency, Mike. When you come across struggles and tribulations, and you've got obstacles, and you're tired, you don't want to get up, you don't want to do it. How do you embrace it? How do you go towards the obstacles instead of away from them? How do you get that motivation? How do you get that discipline?
How do I get the motivation? First of all, it's being committed to what I want. I really want something. And that's why I write it down every day, because I have to tell myself that what I want and remind myself. But as soon as let's say I'm laying in bed and I'm supposed to get up at a certain time, and as soon as I realize that I don't feel like getting up, something snaps in me right away. Get up. Do not lay down. Do not stay there. Get up. And I trick myself, guys. So I trick myself into thinking there's people, and there may be, there may not be, but I trick myself to thinking there's people rooting against me, and I'm not going to let them win. And so Michael Jordan talked about this in his documentary that was on ESPN recently. He pretended that people were talking trash to him when they really weren't, just to get his mind psyched up. So I'll do that a lot of times. But if I have a setback, if I'm like not feeling it, I'll talk about it with someone. Kim and I talk about things sometimes, and then I recalibrate, and then I get around winners. I get around people that are having successes. I watch their stuff. I try to be involved with their things, because I want to recalibrate and make sure that I'm where I'm supposed to be. Now, look, it's natural to have setbacks. It's natural to feel let down. It's natural to get frustrated, but those that get out of it faster and get something out of it are the ones that win and the ones that are successful. So now, guys, it's 2 p.m. Eastern right now. I have another meeting I have to get to. And it's another thing, guys, you should be holding tight to your schedules. Show up early. Early is on time, as Grant Cardone says. Early is on time. If something starts at 7 p.m. in your time, you should be there at 6:50. If something shows up at 1, you should be there 10 minutes early. I have a 2 o'clock right now. It's 1:59. So I practice what I preach. And I appreciate all you guys being here. And we will get this out via anybody that's on the email list will get this as well. But thank you so much for joining us on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us live on the Zoom. And please register at waymocrew.com/teen with no S, teen. And we will get you all the updated news, WAYMO Teens, and all the new speakers that we're going to have coming to you guys each week. Thank you so much for being here, guys.